Hello and welcome back to another edition of Idology, your weekly American Idol recap show. Come on, get up! Skylar Laine makes that look easy. I'm here with season 6 standout Melinda Doolittle. Melinda, is that harder than it looks or what?
It looks great on you. I love it. Hey! She's just got a style all her own. I'm sad. I'm gonna miss her.
Thinking back on her body of work, Show Must Go On, Wind Beneath My Wings, Born This Way, Stay With Me, Didn't You Know How Much I Loved You?
I gave you everything, every part of me.
She has an impressive body of work over the entire season, and I'm like having a hard time accepting that she got sent home.
As a psychologist,
Students.
I hereby offer my licensed services as a grief counselor.
Grief causer.
Down in my heart of hearts, I knew that if Phillips was safe, that Skylar was going to be the one going home.
How about June 50th?
I think in top 5 week, Jessica, Joshua, and Hollie all had a bigger moment than her. And I felt like if this isn't the week that Phillip goes, it's gonna be Skylar.
March 10th. Does that work, sir?
Fortunate Son was a tricky song choice for her. I don't know if anyone at any point said, well, a Vietnam War anthem for Skylar, like how's that gonna play out? And it's not that she didn't perform it well or with a lot of energy, it was just kind of maybe an odd fit. What was the deal with the second performance, the park bench? It felt very The Voice or X Factor. It didn't feel Idol to me. It was strange.
Even with the cute guitarist, the park bench, I loved the way she sang that song.
We've got to talk about the elephant in the room, and I don't want to make this episode the Phillips bashing hour.
Hollie, you're in the bottom 2 tonight.
But I feel like 2 weeks running, he has been flat out outsung in a major way by everyone else on the stage. And somehow he has not even been in the bottom 2.
Do something!
I don't know what to do with this. Like, do I just need to accept that he's gonna win the season and move on?
Closure!
When Jimmy Iovine has to remind us,
The way he's feeling right now, most people would have quit.
once he starts reminding us of that, I'm thinking,
This is my love.
he must be getting just a ton of votes and there's no stopping him.
Tyra Banks would never put up with like kidney stones. She would be like, get on the elephant and pose your ass off.
Smize.
The requirements for this competition should be just as stringent. Even if the guy has to come out in scrubs and tell us Phillip does have the will to go on, you gotta go on and you gotta perform, especially time of the season. It was like going to a 7th grade chorus concert and the soprano's voice suddenly changes to tenor. Time of the, what? And then he finishes and Randy is like,
Yo, he really can sing the melody.
Wow, dumber than advertised.
It's gotta be really, really, really hard to sing with kidney stones. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
Secondly, we have all been asking him to sing the melody. So I feel like some of us are to blame because now we know what happens when he sings the melody. Maybe we should have just let him sing whatever notes he wanted to sing, bring it down, do whatever he wanted to do, but we asked for the melody and he gave us that.
we have to talk about the letter. He starts out by saying,
But I wasn't really crazy about the original version.
well, why are you picking it? What's next? He's gonna sing Happy Birthday and be like, my baby said happy birthday to you. The song was unrecognizable and not just to J-Lo.
I don't know the original song.
And if he does this again and is rewarded by the judges,
Maybe didn't have as much quite melody or whatever in the chorus, but I mean, actually, you made it new for me.
and then he misses the melody completely on the other song, and they're just like,
When you choose not to do that, it's for, your own reasons.
Please. I can't listen to your attempts to try and justify yourself.
what hope do we have other than to just enjoy the Jessica, Hollie, Joshua show for as long as it lasts?
Exactly.
I don't know what else to do. We've got to talk about Jessica. We've got to talk about White Dress Gate.
That dress was too mature for her.
It's Proud to Mary, you gotta move your legs. So I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, but when she walked out, I was like, woo, that dress is all right now.
Melinda, you're okay with it because you're in show business.
We're in show business. We have a whole different standard.
My problem wasn't really with Jessica's dress. My problem was with Jessica's heels, which are ridiculous. All of these girls need to invest in either throwing their shoes off and going barefoot, which she did in the song that she was laying down for. Doesn't make any sense.
These are the ones, right?
Physically, she was confined during Proud Mary. Jessica was just a little restrained. That made her vocal less convincing to me.
You are put in these shoes because they look great with your outfit, but they don't end up working for what you're trying to do on stage. So my suggestion to both girls that are left is maybe put on your shoes in the store, run around the store a couple of times and make sure you can do it. That's all.
You Are So Beautiful. To me, that was a great moment for Jessica, and I feel like she emotionally got into the song.
Yes.
She diverged from what the original is, so it was very Jessica, and I thought from a technical standpoint, some of the notes that she hit and held and riffed on were just like, holy crap. Is it as difficult as I think it is to hold that note to hear and then add that little vibrato on the end?
It's so hard. If you could see the look on my face when I try things like that, I'm like, she was pretty while she did it. I loved it and was so mad at the judges for not giving that performance a standing ovation. Yeah. I'm like, if we're handing out standing O's, come on.
Come on!
While we're on the subject of glory notes, we've also got to talk about Hollie's rendition of Bleeding Love, which I don't understand why Jimmy wasn't like completely in love with that version.
She was neutral on Bleeding Love.
Pew, 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 pew. Wait, no. Pew, pew, pew. Wait.
The cobweb train of her dress. The arrangement of the song, just so subtle. To me, Hollie reinvented that song and actually made me like it.
And I loved the fact that she stayed seated, like didn't feel like she had to like get up for the big note. I can just sit here on this piano and power through any note in this song and not even look like I'm trying.
Really, I thought this week belonged to Hollie.
Why don't you put her in charge?
You better just start dealing with it, Hudson.
Yeah.
River Deep Mountain High was a tremendous performance. She showed great showmanship. She commanded like the Pied Piper with the backup dancers and singers. She danced it out with the bongo guy.
She did it with ease, like an ease that I haven't seen her do when she's kind of doing her staged moves.
I'm gonna give it the seal of approval. keeping our seal theme going. It was a tough one. Here's where I'm struggling though. As we're down to the final four, is it possible for me to root for her?
Affirmative.
After the midsection of her season contains Jesus Take the Wheel, Honesty, Perfect.
Perfect.
These are not performances by an Idol champ. I'm confused because I don't think we've ever had a contestant get this good, this quickly, this late in the season.
You know what, I'd be more cautious if she had like gone forward and then taken a trip backwards and then tried to go forward again, but she's getting better and better and better. I'm not saying that, you know, Hollie should be the winner necessarily, but her progress is really kind of giving people a run for their money, and I'm not completely mad at that.
Let's just quickly touch on Joshua this week. To me, the first performance was a little flat. Ain't Too Proud to Beg is squarely stuck in the 60s, emphasis on squarely.
He really was like kind of trying to concentrate on those moves and trying to be with the background singers and all that. And even though he was singing it well, I felt like he wasn't completely into it. He kind of did have like a Hollie 5, 6, 7, 8 moment.
And he is not a 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of guy.
No.
To Love
never.
Somebody was the opposite of 5, 6, 7, 8.
It got me on the inside and was like crawling out of my skin. Yes. I was going nuts. When he got to the end and he was just like getting gritty and no.
The question is there a certain damage factor when people say
that was one of the greatest performances I've ever heard in my life?
It's like the hyperbole Olympics and everybody wants that gold medal.
You gotta be one of the top 2 best idols of all time.
J-Lo just has to like decimate that.
I think you're one of the best singers I've seen in 50 years.
What? I don't know how much America can take.
It makes me nervous, all the love that they're showing him. And if J-Lo ever says the best singer in the last 50 years, again, honey, no.
The great Aretha Franklin has been with us for the last 50, you know.
I'm like, hello, Gladys Knight, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson.
The great Michael Jackson.
Must we go on? I am Joshua's hugest fan. However,
that overwhelming praise for Joshua makes me nervous because the Idol audience loves an underdog. And actually, when you think about it, maybe Uncle Nigel's plan the whole time has been Jessica Sanchez. Never gets the standing O. Maybe the guy learned his lesson from Laura and Elena. They pimped her so hard in season 10 and they could not get her to that #1 spot. And maybe Nigel watched X Factor over the winter and saw Melanie Amaro get her dream taken away and then given back to her. And we saw that happen with Jessica with the judges' save. So I guess we'll find out in 3 weeks.
Is that a challenge? If you like.